The greatest VP in Santa Padre history returned in episode 8 of season 5, and we're here to discuss, well, the Nomad patched back in the Santa Padre, brother.
Yeah, we've seen Taza driving back on his bike to the clubhouse. He heard rumours that Santa Padre were working with the Broken Saints. However, he thought it was Brokeback Mountain they were working with, and that is why he was full speed ahead back to the clubhouse. He found out that it's not, though. He tried to sneak out the back door, which is kind of funny for Taza. Normally he enters the back door. This time he tried to sneak out of the back door. He was confronted by Bishop, though, and Bishop says, "You leaving so soon, faggot?" And Taza's like, "Aye, look, I need to get out of
here." Any back door of a friend is my back door.
And Bishop looks like he has, for whatever reason,
he's put the homophobia behind him.
He's put the homophobia, and he's put Taza basically betraying the club and killing Riz behind him too. Which I just don't know how I feel about the Mayans, because when you look at it, so many of these members are either rats or have betrayed the club or have killed somebody. I mean, how are we supposed to be so annoyed? Why are we supposed to be so pissed off that Easy killed Creeper, yet not be annoyed that Taza killed Riz just because he was too much of a coward to vote against Bishop, when he would have got the exact same outcome had he just said, "No, Bishop, big man, I'm voting the other way." That, for me, is the biggest flaw of Mayans MC. And I know there's been a lot, people can say there's bad writing, and I know Kurt Sutter was supposedly in charge at that point, although I think he maybe he got fired before that was written. I'm not too sure, but that has to be the worst decision ever for me. It might even be worth a separate video. Why the fuck did Taza kill Riz just because he wouldn't vote against Bishop? To get revenge against the Fatos.
So what you're saying is, when Chibs drove off, Kurt Sutter drove off. That's what the gist of this.
I think the series drove off a cliff, to be honest, after that.
No, but not the problem is, right, it'd be just hypocritical for Bishop to hold this against him for so long, because the Mayans are just a bunch of murderous bastards. Like, they just dropped Diaz and Jinx, and it's like, you know, it's just like a normal day to them.
True, but at least you could say Santa Padre. They don't really seem to care about the Mayans, so to speak, but they do seem to care about their own charter. Is that fair to say?
Fair to say, but I think Diaz and Jim. I mean,
I get that. I mean, seeing Sons of Anarchy and other Mayan charter, I get that, right? You're going to feel closer to your own charter, obviously. But when you look at Sons, like they still always had this brotherhood with other charters. They would just want to kill other charters.
I think it's a joke, though, right? That we didn't even get like a scene in episode 8 of the club actually discussing Jinx and Diaz. It was just glossed over. You'd almost think it didn't happen. If you didn't see Gero and Downer moving bodies, you would have thought it didn't happen. But anyway, guys, we put this up for a poll. Will Taza patch back into Santa Padre? 747. That's an aeroplane.
Hi.
And we got, Taza would have loved 69, but he got 68. And it's yes.
Big Taza coming back. I don't think he'll be VP, though. I'm willing to bet that. Or maybe Bishop doesn't want it anymore. It's like, hey, you do it.
Tag, you're it, buddy. 32% have voted no. Personally, for me, they would not have brought him back just for him not to come back into Santa Padre, so.
But why the fuck did he leave? Yeah, I get it. Oh, I don't feel like this club is about the brotherhood anymore. No, but is it literally because Elgin James didn't have anything to do for him in terms of like the writing a story? So he thought, right, no, I need to write you.
Someone commented he was filming a movie, so maybe that was it.
It's a bit lame though, isn't it? How he just gives up his position and wants to come back.
Could he not just get shot and went into like a coma for like 6 months? Would that not have been better? Like Sam Dino, like shooting him or something, and he goes into a coma?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, that's better than... Because let's be real, right? They just plucked this Nomad charter for the Mayans out of nowhere.
But then again, if they do that, I guess he'd be hell-bent on revenge, whereas before he didn't really seem to have a stance on SOA.
Yeah, but if he's joining Santa Padre right now...
What was that?
The war's on.
What is Taza's actual thoughts on the war against SOA? He doesn't really do much or say much. He's been in a downward spiral since... All he wanted to talk about in season 3 was... El Palo. And then after that...
dirty dog.
He basically was moping around, feeling sorry for himself, saying that everyone should have listened to him.
Yeah.
And that the club's fucked. So we don't even know if Taza is against SOA or... running deer. We know, I mean, how's Taza going to react when he finds out that Happy's dead? Him and Happy seem to share a bond. We don't know. But
what sort of bond?
Hey.
Is that what all those happy faces are
maybe.
for?
But we do know there's a lot of you guys that comment your opinions on what Taza will do. Will he patch him? Will he not patch him? So we're going to go and read those comments right now. Namani IV said, he's going to patch in. He'll sacrifice himself for the club. There is no point in bringing him back unless he tries to atone for indirectly causing all of this with his decision to kill Riz and go after the fee.
What way is he going to sacrifice himself, though? He's just going to take a bunch of bullets for them? I feel like, they've only brought him back to kill him. I agree with that.
A sacrifice needs to be set up, though. It needs to be...
It can't be manufactured.
Yeah, it needs to be organic, where you just happen to be in a situation
he can't just strap fucking C4 into himself and run into Redwood original territory.
Well, I mean, Letty managed to break into the clubhouse without any hassle. So who knows? Maybe he could. Beating Musician 6485 said, it's actually depressing how we've only 2 episodes left and about an hour and a half of screen time left for the Sons of Anarchy universe. The question we are asking is, will a character that is one highlight in 5 seasons that disappeared for an entire season repatch? So much wasted time on Letty and Hope, dude. I agree. Letty and Hope, I think their story was done. Season 4 finale, when Letty went out to stop Hope from going back on the drugs and using again, that was their story done, in my opinion. Did they need to leave the show completely? Not necessarily, but they could have just been background characters. There's no reason why that could not have been it. They could have lived happily ever after. And who knows, maybe they could have got jobs working in the Mayans clubhouse, serving pints. Maybe they could have replaced Justin Bieber when she got wiped out. But for them to have their own story and going on the rob to try and pay their bills and selling drugs and all this stuff, just to run into Butterfly and get caught up with Isaac again, it wasn't necessary, and it's took up way too much time, and I've got a bad feeling it's actually going to end up with Letty being the one killing Isaac as well, so just a waste of fucking time.
It is a waste of time. You look at this show in the final season, I would say they are the two with some of the most screen time amongst them, if I look at it. Apart from Easy, I mean, they've had more screen time than Sam Dino.
Feels incredibly forced as well. Feel like they just want to keep them on the show because they're women and they want to have like a large female representative on the show. They've said that numerous times about how this show is about showing the strong female version of SOA, and that SOA never had strong female characters, which is fucking bullshit. I mean, you look at Gemma, she was a stronger character than anybody on this show, so I'm not sure where they get that from.
Exactly. Next up, though, in the comments, we've got the big man. We have got Fago.
Is it fucking Taza with his sub account?
Fago.
Based on his interaction with Bishop, he might. Alright, so Fago thinks he's going to come back.
7 thumbs up.
My name is Jeff. I wish it was Jeff Hardy, but unfortunately it's just Jeff. He says, just give my boy Nestor a patch. Mans does whatever he asked. Then Ains Santo 9766 replied and said, fuck yeah, he deserves it. It's all well and good saying that he does whatever he's asked to do, but let's be real, most prospects do, or else they wouldn't remain a prospect. If you refuse to do what you're being told to, like Bottles, for example, I think you can make a good case that he's actually fucked that up with him running out of gas.
Yeah, I know, because they could have got there.
When he was told to get out, right, regardless if he's in a love battle with Gero, if he gets told by someone as a patch member to get out and pump gas, even if he thinks he's going to play a trick on him and leave him behind or whatever, he should fucking do it. He basically just refused to do it. So therefore, in my opinion, Bottles, I don't know if he should be stripped, but I definitely think there should be spoken to, or I think there should be, I don't know, some sort of
repercussions for
that. As for Nestor, I mean, I think he would make a good patched member, but how long has he actually been a prospect for? I'd need to add up the time skips. I don't think it's actually been that long. Normally you have like a year period.
Yep, 12 minimum 12 months.
Yeah, I mean he did kill Justin Bieber, but at the same time that was kind of because he was into her and he had her trust and stuff like that. Does he deserve a patch just because he killed some woman that was giving information away? I'm not entirely sure. Is that what it takes? Just one kill and anybody can get patched in?
Exactly.
Plus, we've seen the club, they patched in Steve way too quickly. So therefore, and Steve, yeah, he did whatever he was told to do, albeit maybe didn't carry out things as good as he could have or as competent as he should have. But anyway, I think it's too early for Nesta. I think there should be like a 1.5 2 year period before you get considered to be a full patch member. At least a year. I think at least a year.
At least a year. Joker comes in. Nobody cares about Taza anymore. It doesn't matter if he comes back. I kind of agree. I feel like with 2 episodes to go, did we really need to bring him back? I think if we're going to bring him back, it could have been done earlier on.
Just want to point out, that comment was from Joker95F and not Joker from SOA, by the way, just in case anyone's wondering. Sam Dino Joker was not in the video.
He wasn't in the video. Do you agree with that? I don't really care.
No, I don't care either. I mean, Taza, once you take a year away, you lose momentum. You can't just bring him back and expect him to... It's like, it'd be different if everybody knew what he'd done. But at the end of the day, it's like, the only person that knows is Bishop. And you feel like ever since he saved Bishop's life, it's like...
It's been quashed.
Yeah, so there's no real bad blood there anymore. I doubt Bishop's all of a sudden just going to give away what he done. He's not going to give him up. So, yeah, no, for me, I don't really care for Taza. Here, if he comes back and it's another member to die, then so be it. But I could have done without it. It's not going to make this...
There's so much more that needs done rather than this.
I'd rather see fucking Tig come back. If we're going to get a return, can it be Tiggy boy, please? Jude Shackleford, 99, said, if he patches back in, he'll most likely die. It would have no reason for the story now. If he was going to die, he should have died in Season 3, Episode 10. Marcy Phillips, 8682, replied, what season did he leave again?
It was last season, but in Episode 10, of course, Bishop found out, and Bishop was going to shoot him.
How is he going to die in it? The only way he dies in Season 3, Episode 10 would be if Bishop kills him.
Yeah.
Which ain't going to happen. I mean, I guess the only other way he could have died would have been if he was, like, sniped by fucking Kanchi or something from outside. Would that have been cool, though? Would that have added to the cliffhanger if a member of Santo Padre actually died before the war happened? Although it would have been difficult considering the rest of the Mayans were locked outside the clubhouse. So, depends. Like, I'm not saying I'm against it. What I think would it... I did like how they had them lined up, to be honest, outside at the end of that episode. Kind of like Negan style, but Alvarez came and squished that, which was unfortunate. But who knows?
Maybe, because that could have even been the cliffhanger if we wanted to. But
maybe they could have done something... I mean, I like the whole Negan thing with Lucille. Maybe they could have done something like that similar, but they didn't.
Hurricane Paro says, I don't know, because last time I checked he went to NOMADS, so that means he's no longer Santo Padre. Brackets, which is a dumb decision. So, if you look at this, mate... We know he was a nomad. We know he's no longer Santo Padre. The question is he going to patch in? So I think has he went over the question? I feel like he has went over the question.
Over and fucking out, let's move on.
James Toner, this guy knows what he's talking about.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
I think he will. I think either Bishop will reveal that Taz is gay, killed Riz, caused both the Mayan civil war and dumped Montez's corpse, and thus created an SOA Mayan war. He'll sacrifice himself. He should have done that when the Mayan Civil War escalated in the Season 4 premiere.
See, this is a guy that knows his shit. He knows that Taza couldn't realistically die in Episode 10 of Season 3, but he could have died in the Season 4 premiere. James Toner, this is a man. This is the guy that you want to follow. Get behind this guy.
Get behind him, guys. Get behind him. Yeah, I feel like...
More questions like this, please.
You see, if Elgin James wasn't afraid to kill people off, or it was Kurt Sutter was still in charge, Taza would have been dead in that Season 4 premiere.
Shout out to James Toner, by the way. When this series finishes, we will need a lot of theory fids to keep this channel going, so make sure you're keeping them stockpiled up, mate, and we will come for them at the end of the season.
Yep.
Mike Norris, 7465, said, I think he's going to, but I don't see how they're going to have time to wrap all this shit up. Free Wells replied, a lot of Mayans are going to die. Are going to die, and then died as in past tense. So you've got future tense, then past tense there.
Interesting.
That one's lost me. But Mike Norris, I think he's going to, but I don't see how they're going to have time. Yeah, no, that's the problem.
See, to be honest though, by the time Episode 9 starts, he could have a fucking Santo Padre patch on his back.
He could. I mean, and there'll not even be a club vote or him asking to get in or nothing like that. Where the fucked up is all these subplots, all these like little small storylines. I would have had all them wrapped up by like Episode 3.
I think the problem is though, Easy is running a dictatorship. Even though he said Alvarez is, I think Bishop, Angel, Gilly, etc. would welcome Taza. But I feel like with Easy, he'd be like, no, fuck him.
Aye,
for it to leave.
Yeah,
fuck him. And that's without even knowing everything.
Yep, and yeah, well, what can Easy really say? Oh, you killed a brother. So did you. Yeah, no, it actually fucking saddens me that with only 2 episodes left, and you know for a fact, episode 9, a decent chunk of it's getting taken up by Mayans visiting Broken Saints and discussing what happened.
We need another season.
Yeah, but then if we get another season, they're just going to drag out like Broken Saints shit, and it's like, what the? Why the fuck is Broken Saints still going on with 2 episodes to go?
I don't know.
See that ending to episode 8? That should have just wiped out every fucking member. Maybe leave one.
To tell the tale.
But not to patch her in.
No.
Definitely not to patch her in, but the fact that they're all alive and now they're going to team up with the Mayans, or who knows, maybe they'll team up with the fucking Suns and be like, hey, look what you brought to our door, easy.
Good night. Richard Winter says he will patch back in and will most likely be killed right away.
So any reason why you can't add the numbers to anybody's names?
Everyone knows who I'm on about.
I'm Son of Scotland 90, you're just going to fucking drop my 90.
But that's actually in your name.
What do you think? These are in their names, you tool?
Nah, but you're over.
Alright, okay.
Sorry, Richard. But you're pissed.
Yeah, good guy, Richard. What team is that you support there? It looks like
it looks like the
84.
And it's purple.
Aye, Baltimore Ravens. Let me know if that's is that the Ravens? I don't know.
Mark Liberty Anderson Acromony says Taza should die.
No, wait, we need to address Richard's comment. Well, do you think he'll be killed right away? What's the fucking point of patching in? Can you see? Look, see if he's going to get killed right away. Why can't he just die a nomad?
It doesn't actually matter if he's got Santa Padre on his back. They're at war. All the charters are involved.
Yeah, I mean, if Taza dies and they want to give him a burial, I'm sure they can still do that.
Yep. Right.
Just bury him ass up in there.
Miguel Maika says makes no sense, but the entire show makes no sense.
Mark, we need Mark Liberty Anderson.
Yeah, well, he's just talking. I've already addressed this.
No, I cut you off before you addressed it. Get your facts right. Say Taza should die for what he did to Riz in the earlier. Well, he should, but he hasn't. Easy should die for what he done to Creeper. Angel, Coco, and fucking Gilly should probably die for betraying the club early on and siding with Adelita. I mean, there's so many people in this club that should be dead. Hell, if you ask me, Hank should be dead for betraying Alvarez and voting him out. So,
I know Hank's pish, right? But Miguel Mayuko says makes no sense, but the entire show makes no sense. I agree. Show makes no sense.
Yeah, the show makes no sense.
And the big man, me wish, my hero, my role model, Jack Stella. He's going to patch into the Brokeback Mayans FC. Riding bareback, damn it.
Yeah, I can see that happening, like, before he replied, but yeah. Brokeback, I mean, we've got Brokeback Mayans MC and we've got Sam Meth, like 2 fucking charters that I didn't know that we had room for in this universe.
I know which one I prefer.
Well, being a meth head's not great, like, is it?
Well, it's fucking... Alright, anyway. Shades1159, because I've read out the numbers. Who is the who cares option here? The no vote. Don't vote then.
I don't vote, mate. Yeah, you don't want to vote then, you don't gotta
That's
vote.
it, that's the vote's done. That is it, guys. That's
Shades 11159 must be the type of guy that votes Libertarian on his wee voting ID card then.
Right, we've had 3 more votes since then. We're up to 750, but nothing's happened, so that's where we're going to leave
Still
you guys.
68, 32.
Taza sucks. There's nothing really else to say, is there?
No, Taza sucks, and he will probably die. I hope hopefully the whole club die at this rate. I just don't. 2 episodes to go. We literally need to see bodies dropping every 5 minutes.
Episode 7 made me think, they're going to drop. Episode 8 makes me think there's not much proof that they're all going to drop.
Yeah, see the second half of episode 7, I thought that was it. I thought that was like a landslide. I thought that was like the avalanche, and it was not going to stop. I thought in the last 3 episodes we were literally going to see death after death after death. Whereas episode 8 was pretty slow, and like the only death we really got was Hope committing suicide. I mean, we got a couple of fucking chicks at the clubhouse dying, but I mean, why would we care about that?
Exactly, guys. Why would we care? But you guys care. Even though I would suggest that everyone has actually lost faith. I feel around when they killed Happy in episode 5, and after that, episode 7, there was a bit of hype, but I think it's died.
Well, our fuse have died, so yeah, I would tend to agree with that.
Anyway, guys, that's us done. We're back later. Got to break more of that episode 9 trailer down. We've got Cody meeting with Potter. We've got Sam Dino killing Felipe. We predicted that months ago, but apparently it's going to be Tig. You looking forward to Tig?
I bloody hope it's Tig, but it won't.
I don't think it is Tig, because he put up something that he dyed his hair back to being brown because he was in some role which required it being yellow or blonde. So
unless he's just trying to get us off the radar, like.
I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. Anyway, guys.
But would he really go? Would he really go all that way to try and like fool us into believing he's not appearing?
I guess it's not important. I mean, I guess it's just like, I guess he could just wear a hat, like, or he could literally, Tiggs just dyed his hair fucking yellow blonde. I couldn't care, man. I couldn't care. Anyway, guys, big video. Till then, though. Peace.